Hey everyone, this week we have a very special game for members of the Game Club Early Access Program. It's Slothworks Tales of the Adventure Company. As usual, we're looking for as much feedback as possible on this game, so if you come across any bugs, think anything's weird, have any thoughts or feelings or anything along those lines, both about this game or Game Club in general, I would really appreciate it if you shoot us an email at feedback@gameclub.io. You can tweet at us at GameClub on Twitter, or really the best place to be is our Discord server, which you can find at discord.gg/gameclub. We actually have a new bot in the Discord server now that kind of tries to automatically record feedback and send it directly to our developers. So if you check the announcements channel, you can see how to work it. It's super duper easy, and I think it's going to really streamline stuff as far as getting things fixed faster. So definitely check that out. Again, just discord.gg/gameclub and check the announcements channel for more information on that. As far as Tales of the Adventure Company is concerned, it was originally released in 2014 by Slothworks, as I mentioned. And it does a lot of super clever things. If you remember back in 2014, roguelikes were seeing another resurgence in popularity on the App Store. And if you never played roguelike before, they typically involve like randomly generated dungeons, steep penalties on death, and just a lot of randomized gameplay. So no two play sessions are really ever the same because everything's generated on the fly. And this just kind of keeps the experience fresh throughout playthroughs, and there's a good reason why people like them so much. But it often seems like the best games take an established genre like that and sort of apply a new twist that no one really thought of before. In the case of Tales of the Adventure Company, it takes a whole bunch of elements that are normal for roguelike games, but applies them to a tile-based sort of single-screen puzzle game. So tapping on tiles reveals a piece of the dungeon, and whatever is revealed, whether it's an enemy or another party member to discover or a bunch of other things, you need to immediately deal with. So if you have an enemy, you need to do this clever little turn-based battle thing to fight them. You can recruit new players, obviously, and everything else like that. So your primary goal of each floor of the dungeon is to find the enemy that holds the key to get you to the next floor. When you make to the 7th floor, you actually fight a boss monster, and if you beat that monster, you will have completed what the game refers to as an episode, which is a set of 7 levels, and then you're free to proceed to the next. So this might sound simple, but really the best puzzle games always have a really simple, easy to describe foundation, and then have just an incredible amount of emergent depth, and that's definitely the case with Tales of the Adventure Company. Because really there's a ridiculous amount of variety in the game based on like how you load out your party with which specific character classes, how you approach actual dungeons themselves, how you handle battles, who's your party leader, and all sorts of things like that. And it really just kind of, this depth just continues to expand as you unlock more classes and kind of just experience the game more and learn more of its tricks. And really the way that the game is broken into these 7 level segments, which again is referred to as episodes in the game, is super clever because it allows you to really just play what feels like kind of like a bite-sized gameplay experience if you want, like if you're playing on the go, but there's really nothing stopping you from just continuing to go as far as you can down the dungeon until you're as long as your party can survive anyway. So really Tales of the Adventure Company is just another really good example of just how good a seemingly simple puzzle game can be and how complex it actually is capable of being. So next week's game is going to be a bit of a surprise. We're still working through what it's going to be. And to, I guess, stay up on what we decide, you can follow us on Twitter at GameClub or join our Discord. We're kind of trying to come up with a more exciting way to do the actual like game announcements and stuff like that, because we've got a massive backlog of games, and I feel like we can get the community involved a little bit more on how the release cycle actually pans out for the early access betas and stuff. So as always, really appreciate all you guys for sticking with us. All the links to Tales of the Adventure Company, our Discord server, our email, and all the other previous TestFlight links for games that we released before are all in the description of this video. So much like every other video we've done, so you know where to find them. I really hope you enjoy Tales of the Adventure Company, and we'll see you next week with whatever we decide to release.